Hey everyone, welcome back. So I thought I would do another video on predictions, but I've obviously done the predictions on what I originally thought were going to be maybe where Bitcoin goes to 85,000. Then a lot of you guys have requested to do a predictions if we had a bear market, so did that one. And so now I thought we'd do a mega bull case scenario where Bitcoin goes to 200,000 by the end of the year, kind of just to see where things might end up at. So obviously take a look at it here, but first, this is not financial advice, for entertainment only. Do your own research. Don't fall for scams. Spam posts get reported and deleted. And here you can see we did the video. Obviously, I did the video on my original predictions, and then I did the bear market where I actually lost 3 of you guys unsubscribed, which was unfortunate. I'm sorry if you guys didn't like the negativity on this. It wasn't negative. It was mostly to kind of show the two sides of it, where we could be and where we could go down to, and to kind of show also that the miners were actually still profitable and still making more basically this year than they did last year, even if the market goes down. But nonetheless, let's take a look at the numbers here that I have for them. If we have a mega bull case where Bitcoin goes up to 200,000 this year, I don't know what the possibility of that is happening, but we'll take a look at it nonetheless. So obviously Bitcoin price right now is at 42,720, and then I'm increasing the price each month by about 15% to get us to the end of December at right around 200,000, 198,000 for the total. And then we're also using the average hash rate. I'm doing this per quarter, and it's increasing each quarter by 20%. So if we started at 173 million, by the end we are at 299, which is approximately, what is that going to be, like a 60% increase or something like that, which is kind of high. I think we're going to be under 50% on the hash rate increase for this year. We'll see if that actually plays out. Based on the fact that we were only up 20-some% in 2021, we were up only 50% in 2020, and then we were up 100% in 2019. So I'm thinking it's going to be between 20 and 50%. It could be even less than that, depending on how many miners get installed and things like that. But this is kind of just what I'm using right now. I'm obviously using the Bitcoin or the price of the miners from today. So Hive was at 230, Bitfarms was at 448, Argo was at 110, Cleanspark is at 817, Digihost is at 387, dmg is at 62, Hut is at 646, Marathon 2810, Riot 2015, Mawson 530, and Iris was at 1207. So, and the way that this works is, obviously I've updated my sheet here for 2022. If we just look at Argo, for instance, I'm now basically collecting data on the miners for every month. I'm collecting the data on Bitcoin for every month as far as what the end price is, what the start hash rate is, what the end hash rate is, and we're using the average hash rate going forward. But for this instance, we're obviously kind of making assumptions here where Bitcoin's increasing 15% each month to get to 200,000 by the end of the year, just to kind of get us a high bar of where things might be for the miners if Bitcoin goes to 200,000. And we also have the low bar if Bitcoin falls to 15,000. So we can kind of compare and see where we could be in between there someplace. All right. So all that data is being collected, and then obviously the miners are not being installed. Oh, yeah, they are. Okay, so when they're reported they're getting installed, they are getting installed here and being reported on it. So if we look at like Bitfarms, Bitfarm has quite a few miners coming in online. So you can see February, March, and then they keep adding on as the months go by and when they said the miners were going to be installed. So that's a big if when the miners get installed. Obviously, we have shipping delays and things like that. You can see on Cleanspark as well. For full disclosure, I do own Hive, Cleanspark, and Bitfarms shares. So just so you guys know for that. Digihost, same thing. Digihost, I think, already pretty much fully installed right now as it is. They haven't reported anything new here. DMG obviously still has a ways to go here, so their miners are getting added on as the months go by as well. So let's take a look at the comparison here on them. We'll take a look here. So obviously here's the current stack prices of all the miners. Market cap right now of Argo is around 549 million. Bitfarms is 924 million. Cleanspark is at 351 million. Digihost is at 107 million. DMG is at 105 million. Hive is 972. Hut is at 1.1 billion. Iris is at 682 million. Marathon is at 3.1 billion. Mawson is at 357, and Riot is at 2.4 billion. So here's my ending end of 22 gross revenue. So we're looking at 324 million for Argo, possibly if Bitcoin goes up to 200,000, 15% increase each month. Bitfarms would be 644, Cleanspark would be 501, Digihost would be 144, DMG would be 148, Hive would be at 560, Hut would be 428, Iris would be 602, Marathon would be 2.4 billion in revenue, Mawson would be at 368 million, and Riot would be at 1.2 billion in revenue. And here in this column, I'm using the 75% net of revenue, and then we're using a price to earnings multiple of 20. Obviously, not everyone here is getting a price to earnings multiple of 20. Some of them are getting 6, some are getting 10. So it's a mixed bag, but just to be consistent with everybody, I'm using the same number here. So Argo, I have at 972 if Bitcoin reaches obviously 200,000 at the end of the year. So that would be a pretty sizable increase. It would be basically 784% increase on that. Excuse me. But even if you use a 10 multiple on them, you're looking at a stock price of around $4, $5, something like that. On the low end, we're going 25% down from it from here, so it's 729, and on the high end, we're going to go up 12.5%, depending on where the price to earnings multiple falls in. So on the low end, 729, 1215 for Argo. For Bitfarms, we're looking at anywhere between 35.14 and 58.57. For Cleanspark, we're looking anywhere from 131 to 218. Digihost would be anywhere from 58 to 97. DMG would be anywhere from 983 to 1638. Hive from 1491 to 2485. Hut would be 2701 to 45. Iris from 119 to 199. Marathon from 249 to 415, basically. Mawson would be from 61 to 102, and Riot would be from 116 to 194. So interesting numbers here, obviously a lot different than they are in the bear case scenario. But how realistically can these get to these numbers? Well, it all depends on, obviously, Bitcoin getting to 200,000, miners getting installed when they have to get installed, hash rate growing by only, I think I had 60% roughly for the year. If it grows less than that, they could be making obviously more. If it grows more than that, they're going to be making less. So there's a lot of variables that are at play that just can't be predicted. So I thought it was kind of cool just to kind of go over the high bar, low bar, and the middle range. I think we're going to be more in the middle range. I think it is feasible for Bitcoin to reach close to 85,000 maybe this year, by the end of the year, depending on how things progress in the markets. And then also if we get a Bitcoin ETF that's a spot ETF, yeah, we could definitely hit close to 85 to 100,000 when that happens. So we'll have to obviously monitor it, see how that plays out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's just kind of a what if scenario kind of play here. Let me know if you did enjoy it. If you didn't enjoy it, obviously hit the like button. If you did enjoy it, subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. And hit the notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a great day.